Hello everyone, Jamarcus here, and I am here with week 4 of the SPDA Master Ball division for Showdown. We're faced off against DJ Snore, who was in Ultra Ball last season with me, the season that I won, but I never ended up playing him. So we finally get to show down, if you will, and he's got quite the team, doesn't he? He's got quad weather, sets up snow, sets up sun, sets up sand, sets up rain. Very peculiar team. Pretty slow, but does have some abusers to boost up their speed. I think I've got a very good matchup here. Kiram with Freeze Dry and Earth Power. It's pretty good. Um, Earth Power doesn't do a lot to a bulky T-Tar, but besides that, Kiram looks fantastic. Some of my bulky mons look great. Swampert, they struggle to kill, but besides Lilliant, Roaring Moon, like, easily wins this, except for, like, Terra Fairy, Houndstone. Um, and then even, like, a bulky Arboliva with a Terra looks really good. What do I expect them to bring? Not Sun, because I think I have better Sun abusers than them. I have Iron Moth, boost up my fire moves, and I have 2 Protomons. So I don't think Sun's showing up at all. I could see any of the other weathers showing up. Hail giving me a defense boost on Kiram would be nice. Rain I don't really benefit from, and Sand I don't benefit from much either. So I expect those to come for mostly Rain and Sand. Let's see what I brought. Starting off, Roaring Moon, Dragon Dance, pretty boring. I have Brick Break over Earthquake. It just hits T-Tar and Bisharp pretty hard. Knockoff is my stab move, and then Iron Head for Terra Fairy Houndstone. Arboliva, Terra Poison. You might be noticing, uh, Jamarcus, you don't have Terra Poison on your Arboliva. You would be correct. We'll get to that in a moment. Max Special Attack, Modest, Max HP with um, typical moves. Nothing exciting. Kiram, Sub Protect with Freeze Dry Earth Power. I don't have any speed on this thing because what is it trying to outspeed? Offensive Rotom, maybe, I guess. I don't know. So I didn't run any speed at all. Enough defense to live. I wish I remembered something. But Sub Protect just to stall out the power points of my some moves of my opponent, and leftovers to get health back. I can sub up on Rotom. Um, that's kind of it, but I think Rotom's showing up. So here's my win con and Screamtail, really slow, just enough speed for Bisharp, I think. I built this team very quickly, so I don't quite remember. Anyways, Calm Mind, with Weakness Policy to activate it on Sludge Bomb from King, and then Stored Power hits my opponent's team pretty hard. And then I have Flamethrower for coverage for Bisharp, and then Dazzling Gleam hopefully is strong enough into Tyranitar. Next up, Swampert, just max defense, Stealth Rocks, Knockoff, Flip Turn, and Roar. Just in case things start setting up, I have Roar. I also have Whirlwind on Skarmory with Iron Defense, Body Press, Roost. Pretty simple, not that thought out of a team. I have double leftovers, which I'm usually against, but I think it works here. Maybe Swampert should have been Spadef, because I don't really have anything with Spadef besides Arboliva. What do I expect to show up? King, probably. I don't think these guys show up. Tyranitar, probably. Houndstone for sure. Rotom, probably. Then Pelipper, Beartic, and Bisharp. One of those guys. So, about what I expected. No Sun. Not surprising. I don't see a way for him to kill Swampert, so I lead Swampert. Pretty good lead for me. If they Wisp me, I don't really care. If they trick me a Scarf, not ideal, but I really want my rocks up, so I get my rocks up. If they Wisp me, that's fine. And then I get a knockoff. They pump. They do not very much damage. Based on that knockoff damage and their Hydro Pump damage, they're pretty defensive. So I don't need to be worried about them being faster than Kiram. I get my Citrus Berry. and I flip turn on out of there. Save this thing for a sack. I go Kira, figuring I'm faster, and I can set up a sub on this thing for free. They cannot break my sub. They can't Thunderwave me. In hindsight, I probably could have protected up to full HP instead of just killing that right there, but that's fine. I'm healthy enough. Tyranitar comes out. I wanted to figure out what this thing's spread is. I could have clicked protect here, but I didn't want to protect on rocks, and they are either max SPDF or like just max HP with Assault Vest. I protect, just draw out some sand, and I switch to Swampert to sack it. They Stone Edge miss. A little unfortunate. Wouldn't have done very much damage though. I'm max defense. They go Pelipper. As I knock off, I wanted to knock off that Assault Vest, but I take their Choice Scarf instead. They took rocks as well. Very nice. They set up a Tailwind as I flip turn. I decided who I wanted to go into here, and to make a pretty bad call. I thought maybe I can go Kyurem. Hurricane won't do very much damage to them, and I get a free Freeze Dry. That would bring in Tyranitar after rocks and Freeze Dry. They're getting pretty low. I could try setting up with Dragon Dance, Roaring Moon, but they have a Tailwind up, so if they get up Sand, or not even Sand, Houndstone will just be faster than me. So I do go Roaring Moon, figuring I can Dragon Dance on this Pelipper, and I can. They go into Houndstone. They're going to be faster because I'm not max speed whatsoever. If I was max speed, I would have been faster, assuming they're jolly, but I'm not. So they outspeed me, Terra Fighting, in case I'm faster, I guess, and kill me with Play Rough. Them being Terra Fighting is nice to know for Screamtail, means I can hit this thing super effectively. I go Skarmory, figure they can't kill me. And I Whirlwind, just to shuffle some things around, get some more damage. I was hoping to get T-Tar in there, because I want that thing damaged more for Kyurem. I keep clicking Whirlwind, Beartic comes out. The Icicle Spear, they're Life Orb, but they only get 2 hits. A little unfortunate, but even if they got 5 Iron Defense and then I can Roost, I'll be fine. It also tells me that they have some speed on this thing, because it's faster than my Skarmory. I figure they're going to switch, so I just click Whirlwind again, but they sack Pelipper. That's fine. Now comes Slowking. I'm expecting a fire move here, so I go into Swampert, and they kill me with a Focus Blast. Interesting. I go into Kyurem. I want damage on this thing, so I click Earth Power, and they are not SPDF. And they set up T-Spikes. A little unfortunate, but I do have Terra Poison Arbalava, so I can Terra that and then absorb those. They sack Beartic to my Earth Power and bring out Tyranitar. I figure I can take all of this thing's Stone Edges, so I do. I sub, and I protect, and then I sub. Nothing exciting here. I figure they're not going to go for Stone Edge here because they don't want to use their last one on a substitute. So I Earth Power as they knock off, fail to kill me, and I will take them out with an Earth Power. It's looking pretty good now. I think Screamtail can win late game, although it can die to Poltergeist, so I need to make sure Glowking doesn't die, so that Screamtail can sit up on it. They get their sand back up, which means I die to the sand, and then they have Houndstone with Sand Rush. I go Arbalava. I want to get this thing Terra Poisoned, so I can absorb these T-Spikes later, so that Screamtail doesn't get poisoned. They Terra Blast Fighting, which means I don't take much damage, and I crit my Hyper Voice. Pretty nice. I switch out here into Skarmory because I wanted to be able to switch back into Arbalava at some point. So I do. Focus Blast they miss, that wouldn't have done very much at all, and Arbalava can probably just wrap this game up here. Houndstone will live rocks because it's a fighting type, but there's not much it can do into Skarmory. And then Skarmory can take out Houndstone and we win 3-0. Except we don't, because I Terra Poisoned Arboliva. I don't have Terra Poison. Oop, don't do that. For some reason, I convinced myself that I had Terra Poison. I built this team very quickly, if you could tell from the EV spreads. Um, so I forgot that I didn't have Terra Poison. It's my first time bringing Arboliva, um, and I messed up. That's my fault. It mattered to some degree in this game. It especially matters for prep. My opponent did not prep for Terra Poison, but I brought it, which was a surprise to them. That's unfair. So my opponent gets the win, which I think is completely reasonable. Um, I get a 3-0 forfeit loss, which means we're now at 2-2 with +1 differential, which is not the end of the world. I think we're still in a pretty good spot to make playoffs. So we unfortunately lose because I don't know how to read and I brought the wrong Terra type. I'm pretty happy with the team I brought. I wish I could have used Screamtail. I keep bringing Wincon Screamtail, but something else wins the game. I think week 2 I brought Booster Energy Speed, and it never even showed up. Same thing with this one. Maybe I should just stick to Wish. Swampert, really good. Skarmory, pretty good. I played Roaring Moon pretty poorly, um, but I'm happy with the other two. So, we lose. Very cool team from DJ Snore. I'm hoping we get to play again in playoffs and I can give you a fair game. I think we'll both make it. We both made it last season anyways. So that's the game. 3-0 forfeit loss because I brought Terra Poison. Hopefully, I'll remember to bring the right Terra type next week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.